All right, I think it's time we take a bitter red pill and talk about that the essence of this story is not about your loss of privacy. You lost your privacy years ago and it's not coming back anytime soon. What this is really about is
control.
That's right, I'm talking about matrix level control. So come with me down the rabbit hole and try and get to at least a little bit closer to the truth. Okay, first, the facts. Back in 2015, a professor named Alexander Kogan was working with a company called Global Science Research. Using his credentials as a professor and researcher, Kogan created and promoted what was then referred to as a personality quiz application on Facebook. I'll admit it, many of you took that test. Well, what those 270,000 people likely didn't know was that by agreeing to take the quiz, which was delivered via a Facebook app, they were inadvertently giving Kogan and Global Science Research access to not only their own user data, but also to all their Facebook friends' data. GSR didn't obtain any passwords or other login credentials, but the company now had mountains of data on millions and millions of Facebook users. But hold on, because it goes deeper. Kogan then gave that data to a company called Cambridge Analytica. If that company's name rings any bells, it should. The upstart voting profiling company had a huge hand in President Donald Trump being elected in 2016. Now, when Zuck found out about this data transfer, he not only canceled all the Facebook accounts of those individuals and organizations involved, but he also demanded that the data be deleted. It should have ended there, but it didn't. Meet Christopher Wylie, a Cambridge Analytica whistleblower, and he told the New York Times that the GSR data had never been deleted and that Cambridge Analytica was still using the data for its social media influencing businesses. Now, it should be said here that there was no data breach like we've seen in the past. Kogan didn't violate any laws or Facebook policies by creating the app and collecting that data. He did violate Facebook's terms of service when he transferred that data to Cambridge Analytica. All right, so you may be thinking, Jace, great, that just means we need stiffer, more comprehensive laws surrounding how companies collect and use personal data. And then the problem's solved, right?
No.
Because with enough time and resources, it is just too easy to access digital data. No amount of legislation is going to prevent that. To prove that, you just have to look at how recently countries like China and Russia have nefariously accessed people's user data and use that for their own political purposes. So, what is the solution?
You know the answer to that question.
I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but I do know this. The vast majority of you living in industrialized countries live in a real-world matrix, and you don't even know it. You see, in 2018, the powers that be are not just using this data to create better ads, cater to you, and sell you more stuff. No, they're actually manipulating the conversation to affect what you think. That's where control comes in. We know from what's happened in the last 18 months that organizations, governments, and entities want to use social media and data to manipulate things like election results, what you think about climate change, a whole number of issues that they have interests in. And it only works when you and I fuel the matrix.
It is, of course, a way of all things.
You see, when you dump a disproportionate amount of time online into debating or arguing pro-life versus pro-choice, pro-gun versus anti-gun, climate change versus climate hoax, social justice warriors versus the alt-right, whatever the issue is, you fuel the engine that runs these platforms and those who want to control the data from those platforms. What you don't do is produce substantive change. It's just very similar to 35, 40 years ago when big advertisers wanted young people like me to watch 4 to 5 hours a day of television because that's how they made their money. So they made that media really, really addictive, just like social media today. My friends, you are part of the matrix and you don't know it. You fuel the engine that makes you a slave to this. Now, I'm not saying that these issues are not really important and merit meaningful discussion. I am saying that social media does not facilitate meaningful discussion. I know I've been creating content for many years now. This can either be a tool or it can be a ball and chain. It depends on how you use it. If you want real change, if you care about an issue that you like to debate and fight about online, I suggest that you go out and do stuff. Make your life better. Make someone else's life better. You'll be far happier and you won't be a slave to the Matrix. Now, if you want to get serious about branding yourself online, our sponsor Domain.com has over 300 domain name extensions to fit your needs, from .com to .club to .space. And the guys with Domain.com love the Android Authority audience so much, they're showing their love by giving you 15% off an already really good price. For domain names, web hosting, or email, use our coupon code ANDROID at Domain.com checkout. When you think domain names, think Domain.com. You know, I really do want to hear what you guys think about this. I am looking for meaningful discussion in the comments below or on Twitter. Right there, I gotta tell you, this took a long time to shoot. I did many takes because I want to get past the multiple layers of smoke and mirrors. I don't have a monopoly on the truth. I don't even really know what the truth is, but I'm trying to dig past all the nonsense and get there. And to do that, you have to think deeply about these things and not just read the article or hear a guy in a video and take it all at face value. Look deeper and let's talk about it.